So Population 1's been out for a couple of weeks now, and I've had plenty of time to play the game, and one thing I've been having a lot of fun with is the weapons in this game. On the surface, they're very simple, but under the hood they have a lot going on for them. So in this video, I'm going to go over the settings and what they mean, and then the mechanics of the weapons and how you can use them to their fullest. So I've got an SMG here to start with an example. It's pretty basic. The game shows you have one-handed or two-handed firing. Just to show that, I'm going to go one-handed first at the wall here. Oh, and I'm going to show two-handed. You can see two-handed has a little bit less kick to it. It varies from gun to gun. So like the AK would probably kick all the way up to here, where two-handed would bring it to right about there. So you just take some testing with each gun to see what the difference is. But both modes of fire are pretty situational in combat. Sometimes you'll be flying and you just have that one hand to shoot with. So it still works out nicely there. Next thing I'm going to show you guys is in the settings here. If you go to settings and weapons, you've got two things to adjust here: the motion dampening and the offhand influence. They're pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to put them both down to 0 to show real quick. So first, with offhand influence, if I grab the gun, offhand influence is just how much the gun moves with my offhand, so my non-main or non-dominant. So if I grab it and move my hand to the left, it's going to snap off and you can see it didn't move the gun at all. If I go back in there and turn it all the way up and do the same thing, it's going to move that gun with my hand. So that's the first thing to kind of know. Some people like a 50-50 on it. This way it kind of feels like you're aiming with both hands, your dominant and your non-dominant, but it just comes down to preference. For me, I like to have it down to 0. So when I grab the gun, I'm just using my right hand here, not my left at all. Next thing I'll show you is the motion dampening. When you grab the gun and you're aiming, you can see right now my hands are kind of shaky. Everyone has a little bit of shake to their hands when you try to hold it steady, and with no dampening at all to the controller, it's really easy to see in game. If you're trying to aim something really far away, it can be frustrating to see these shakes, and to fix that, you just put some motion dampening on it. So I'm going to crank that all the way up to 100. Again, maybe start it at 50 or 85%. It just comes down to preference and testing with it. Don't know why it's doing that. Oh, put that at 100. I'm going to show you again. Same thing. I'm going to aim forward, and it looks perfectly still. The main difference is if I swish my gun left and right like this, you can see it kind of runs along a track. It's slowed down a bit. Without the dampening, it'll be instant wherever my hand points. So those are a few differences. Again, just kind of play around with them and find out what you like. But yeah. Another thing I want to show here is with the reloading. When we want to reload early, you're going to click down the right stick or whichever your weapon hand is, and then it's pretty simple. You just slide in and cock it back for most guns. One trick I would have for this is while you're reloading, you don't have to use just your left hand. You can use your right hand as well, as in when I'm pushing my hand in, I'm also tilting my right hand down to reload faster. And that was all right-handed right there. Same right there. So to get really fast reloads, you can use both hands to kind of swish it around and get a much faster time on it. So now I'm in the combat zone or the combat training. I definitely recommend hopping in here because you have all the weapons in the game laid out right at the start here. First thing we're going to go for and show here is something like the MK. I'm going to grab the MK18, and I'm sure you've already noticed with weapons in this game, you have this crosshair. When you have it by your side, when you lift it up to aim, that crosshair goes away. Most guns, it comes down to preference, again, how you want to aim and what you're comfortable with. Me personally, I use the crosshair from the hip, but some guns I feel like I have better results with the sight. So the MK is a really good example. I use the holographic a lot. So I aim down and I'm just spraying with that. I don't really know the whole science to that, but my aim is placed a lot better with that. It's probably the crosshair, how it's so wide for this one. It's a 3-shot burst. But yeah, again, experiment with those and find out what you like. So real quick with snipers, I'm going to show a few things on both of them here, being the Sako and the Op. To start with the Sako, is that you don't really need to two-hand this weapon unless you have certain motion smoothing or offhand settings that you like to use with the two hands. I actually find it pretty nice to just aim with one hand, like so. It's always going to have smoothing on it. You can see there it's not really shaky or anything. And another reason I like this is because I usually place my hand up here while I'm aiming so that I can reload quickly. So I'm going to show you how fast I can go with it here. And you can auto fire it pretty quickly. Moving on to the Op here, we're going to talk about those same settings of having, the motion dampening and offhand influence. It has a big effect on the Op, especially when you're scoped in. You can see here I still have it very smoothed out, and I only have to aim with my right hand. It's a pretty big deal, especially when you aim in. If your hand, like say your offhand is a little bit off, even though I'm aiming it straight forward, if I grab here, it's going to actually turn it a little bit left with my offhand if the influence is on. But since I have it off, it goes straight where I want it consistently, and it's very smooth. So definitely recommend trying that out. It makes a big difference with the Op. One other quick thing with the Op here as well is while you're scoped in, if you press forward on the analog stick, it's actually going to zoom in and magnify. A lot of people don't know that. The game doesn't really tell you anywhere. It was only until a friend told me that I figured out that was actually an option in the game. So yeah, it helps with leading your shots when enemies are a lot farther away, and it's definitely something to use. Next thing with the revolver here, I'm going to be showing its recoil and how to fire fast with this. So I'm going to show you here real quick. As I'm shooting it, it kind of bounces down a little bit and picks back up as it comes down there. So to rapid fire here, I'm going to shoot as soon as it comes down and is aiming straight forward. So you can see there, I don't let it bounce back up. As it comes down, you shoot right there on the spot. And once you practice this enough, you can get pretty accurate with it and have a much faster fire rate with the Magnum. You can see right there, I get really accurate with it. One last thing to show is the damage fall off in this game. Not all weapons have it. Like for example, the assault rifles have very, very light range dampening. Snipers, they don't have any fall off at all. The pistols, they do. I think the Magnum, it is pretty tame. But we're gonna pick up that PX real quick. Shotguns, I don't think they do, but their spread is so wide you probably won't hit at farther distances. And the SMGs, they definitely do. If you're hitting someone from really far away, the damage is going to fall off. Just as a reference point for how far your effective range is going to be, it's about, from me standing here to you see that gap in the fence or even the corner of that building, that's about as far as you can shoot until damage really starts to drop off to a bad amount. So you still have plenty of range to work with. But yeah, that is one of the downsides with like pistols and SMGs. So that's it for the video. I'm going to leave you guys with a weapon chart here that I've made myself that shows the mag size, body shot, and headshot. One thing you'll notice that the only guns that get more damage at the higher rarities are the pistols and the sniper rifles. Everything else stays the same except for the ammo count, which I did not think that when I originally played. I thought they all got stronger going up, but that's not the case. I will be updating this to keep current with the game, so you can always look back to it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.